What's up, guys, and welcome to Anno 117 Pax Romana. That's right, baby. I've been looking forward to this one. We checked this game out in early access. We checked it out during the demo, and here we are starting up our full playthrough. This is going to be amazing. So the game officially comes out on November 13th. It's going to be dropping on PC via Ubisoft Connect, Steam, as well as Epic Games. It's also going to be coming out on PlayStation and Xbox. So if you guys want to get your pre-orders in, be sure to hit that top link down in the description. You get the builder pack if you pre-order. You've also got the gold edition if you're looking for all the DLCs and some more day one content. So be sure to get those pre-orders in. Thank you so much to Ubisoft for sponsoring and for the early access. I've had a little bit of time to be able to play and really enjoyed it. I'm really excited about this series. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get it started. To be honest, not really sure what to expect out of the campaign here. I love the city building aspect of it, and if you're adding a campaign on top of it, that's amazing. This doesn't look good.
Things have been a little up and down. Not long ago, I built a city. Now, if the sea won't take me, it'll be the trousered savages to come. Unless I find courage to live with the Tempest. My name is Marcus Naucratius, and I'm an imposter.
Marcus Naucratius. Welcome to Anno 117 Pax Romana.
In the 40th year of Pax, I was summoned to Latium, province of long shadows. Herbs once decadent, made dust by fiery Occusus. I, of all people, was to oversee the restorations. When emperors call, we mortals answer.
Time to rebuild? Dude, look at that pool.
From the land of pyramids, Marcus Naucratius Nonus, our glorious governor.
I think there was a shark in that pool.
We stand at the edge of history, witnessing the...
Salway?
Marshana's welcome. Meet my wife.
Marcus, it's Marcus. What a pleasure to meet you at last. Now the ritual can begin.
Ritual?
The ground beneath every new city is blessed, and this city bears the name of an empress. Titi Naucratii, filium Marcum hac terra praese, constituo ut eam in Juliano nomine ad eternitatem prospere.
Yeah, I caught all that. Hope you guys did too.
It is done. This is where I leave you to your very important work.
But, Imperator, I...
Good luck, Marconius. Wale, wale.
So we're gonna rebuild this city, this island for Emperor Lucius here? Sounds easy enough. Just dropping me off on a barren island.
To Juliana, Ere. I was asked to take care of things, knowing the affairs of the city as I do.
Oh, I thought I was the governor.
I exist only to serve. Emperor Lucius asked you be eased in slowly.
Slowly sounds good. But... what's our aim?
Rome's elite hold a rosy memory of the city of Ambrosia, destroyed in the eruption years ago. Building the new city of Juliana and rejuvenating this once great province will certainly win Emperor Lucius their favor.
Surely support for him is unanimous after such a long and glorious reign. I mean, the man gave us Pax.
Normally, yes. However, he recently informed the Senate of his plan to make Empress Julia Rome's first empress and his effective heir.
A ruling empress? I'd be surprised if they ever agreed to that.
We should begin, Ere?
Yes, of course. Lead on.
All right, guys. So welcome to Juliana. This is what we're starting with here. This is what we need to rebuild.
Growth of our city.
Sounds good to me. We're going to be starting with a woodcutter, and I say we just go ahead and pause this so we don't let time get ahead of us here. Basically, what we want to do is balance the budget is going to be the most important thing off the bat. Right now, we're losing 100 coins a minute. and that's going to go down really quickly if you see this here. So we need to get production moving and get a lot of people in town here. So what I'm going to start off with, let's grab some roads. I'm just going to put, let's do like a main road along here. And the first thing that we're going to need that he was just telling us is we need a woodcutter in the forest as well as a sawmill. So we're going to start up a new production chain here. We're going to need a woodcutter. We're going to want to get this in a forest where he's going to have 100% availability here. I like that 102 out of 80 right there. So we're going to set that up. We can grab another road. We can have this come down here. So obviously this here is a great start. We've got the raw materials that we need, but we're going to have to refine that into timber to be able to build things. So I'm going to put a sawmill here. So those two are going to work together, and then we should see, yep, that's going to be able to make it to our trade port. Now the thing is, wood is very important. It's very easy to run out of, so I actually think I'm going to do 2 of these. We're going to do another one on the other side. I definitely don't want us to have a really boring city that like has all straight lines and things, so I'm going to kind of bring this way. No, we can delete a little bit of forest there. There you go. Okay, so we've got that there, and then we're pretty much going to set up the same thing over here. So let's get another woodcutter, which we should. I guess we're going to want to put him here. Okay, that's fine, and we can bring another road. We can bring it this way. We might end up changing the way we had this set up later. Actually, you know what? I kind of don't like that, so we're going to take this out here. Beautiful. So we've got one little road there. We've got a woodcutter, and then we're also going to want another timber mill, which we could put right here. And it looks like that is also going to be able to reach this. So we're going to have 2 things working on wood all at once, which is fantastic. We can start letting these things get to work. And
local freedmen by building housing, Ere.
That's the next step, absolutely, but I love this. We've got people back here in the back chopping down these trees. They're just going to go directly across the road. Super efficient, super timely. This is going to process that. You can see our progress here. And the cool part is processing time for a woodcutter is 30 seconds. Processing time for a sawmill is 30 seconds. So you know it's 1-to-1. You always want one of everything there. Some resources are a little bit different than that. So, you know, as this guy, he's going to fill this up. He's got the raw materials. He's going to move it over here. These guys are going to get to work on getting wood, and then that's going to allow us to start building some houses. So we're going to start with residents. This is where it's the most important. Every resident that we have, every piece of population is going to be somebody that we can tax, and that's how we make money, and that's how we start taking down this balance. So we're just going to start putting in a bunch of houses here. I think we want some houses up front for sure. I think I'm going to kind of sporadically do these because I like the idea of it being a little bit random. I just think it's kind of fun to have like a, you know, a not perfect setup here. You know what I mean? I think we're definitely going to want a road that comes around this way. Let's actually grab these guys. I think we're going to want... How do we want to do this? Do we want to move these guys over one? I don't want any doubles open, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want a 2-lane wide road open here. Gonna try to get as many residents in as we possibly can. Have that there. Beautiful. We're gonna move this guy back one. If we bring some roads in, we can just start putting roads through all of this here so everything has access and there's no, like, everyone can get where they're trying to go. They don't have to, you know, go around or anything like that. So we've got that, got this. Bring this all the way around here. Perfect. Okay, so that's kind of our first little residence area. We can go ahead and start going here. So we've got a lot of residents. Now we're going to feed our residents, of course, which means we're going to have to set up some ways to get food. So we've got a couple of options here. We've got what looks like, is that sardines? Family picking at the bony sardine can still be kept fed and in health.
This backwater area, should you provide them nourishment.
So it looks like that's going to help us out with money and population, or we've got porridge.
This is serious stuff.
Easy to produce for the masses. No one loves the taste, though, so that is going to help with our population. So we can choose which one, or we can do both. I say we do both. I don't think you can ever have too much food. I'm going to pause it again here just to make sure we're not getting too far ahead of ourselves. So I'm going to set up the sardines. Honestly, we could just start fishing right next door there. Up here is going to be our workforce. So once that gets set up, I think it's going to take some of our workforce. Yep, but we've got plenty left to go because we've got enough residences here. So we're going to want to set up some farming for this porridge. So we're going to need an oat farm. We're also going to need a porridge stand. So the oat farm, we're probably going to want to put somewhere... Where do we want our farming to be? I mean, it could be out here. I do think we're going to have to produce more wood, so we're going to get that going. Let's have this come along the rocks here. And maybe this out here could be kind of the start of some farmland would make sense. So let's grab this oat farm. We're going to set this guy up. I'm going to put him kind of sideways here. I kind of like sideways against the mountain. So we've got that there. We're going to want to get him his oat fields, which could be interesting. Let me see if we go straight back. That's going to take 35 out of 80. Then maybe we come down some sides here, 52 out of 80, 70 out of 80. We need 10 more, which we can run through here. Perfect. Okay, that looks pretty good there. Technically, we need 2 more. We probably want the most possible to be able to have, you know, the most production. So we've got that there. Hold on, let me pause this really quick. Let's get this road set up, have this come across here, and then maybe we could have this come back that way, and we'll see how that ends up working out. Now, I think this is going to need, it's going to need a warehouse. It can't quite get back. So our like main trading post kind of acts as a warehouse, and the warehouses are just basically, the island has one central storage. You need to have a warehouse close enough to be able to get the goods into that storage so that other buildings can use it. So we're going to set up a warehouse, and I guess, I mean, this is getting kind of ugly here, but it's going to be fine. We can set up a warehouse just right here. And for the last part of this resource, we're gonna have this porridge stand, and this thing, I guess we could just put right by the porridge house would make sense. It actually might make more sense if we put this guy just across the street here, and then our porridge stands could go across the street from that, so it's all in one little area there. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit loud. I just love all the little sound effects, all the people walking around working. You can see everything happening, but we've got a couple of different you know, ways to get food coming in now, which is great.
Your people are fed, Ere. Your accounting experience is serving you better than perhaps expected.
Good.
Oh,
all right, we're
that.
off to a good start.
Grain districts by the Nile are small beans next to running a city.
Or running entire provinces. And yet, the Emperor has seen fit to invite you for dinner.
Me? Dine with the Emperor?
The pleasure barge will come for you shortly. Unless you'd refuse the invitation.
I mean, I
No,
think that's
no.
an invite we gotta take, right?
Perhaps I should bring something for the table?
Ooh, take sardines or take just yourself? I mean, we could bring him some sardines, show him that we're up to, you know, the task, the challenge here. Household prepares a platter of sardines. The smell is invigorating. The Imperial pleasure boat is on its way to pick you up, bro. Is Diddy driving that thing, or what is that? All right, anyway.
The Roman city planner builds around public spaces, Ere. Romans thrive on community and opportunity.
Absolutely. We're going to keep working on that. That's kind of why I wanted to start with houses here, because my goal
things like markets and tavernas
is to have all of that in the middle and then surround it with
Slaves
the
are
houses,
fed
because
on
we'll get
less,
extra
then. I dare
bonuses.
say these people should now be content.
Beautiful. All right, we're off to a good start. We've got some new options coming in. We've got public services, which is going to be the markets and taverns and things. Central gathering place for trade and barter that every community could use. And whether you're seeking company or drinking alone, you're always welcome in a taberna. All right, so this is going to be kind of the center of our city, but I want to see how far we can push this. So let me, again, I really don't want it to be like 100% perfect. So I'm going to get weird here. We're going to send some random roads, and we're going to start building around it and figuring it out. Like I'm just going to have stuff set up, and then we're going to have to build into it, you know what I mean? Which is going to be kind of nice. So we can have some varied stuff here. But let me see. So if we put this market down, how far does this stretch? We basically want this to be, I guess right here is honestly kind of perfect, because you're getting that last house right. Well, as long as we're getting those last, if we put it here, we could fit more houses in. So I'm going to go for this right here. We're going to need more wood. So let's go ahead and continue this. We got to get this balance down, dude. We're going to have to, we need to build more houses for people. We need more wood. We need more houses. We're going to have the market there. And then we're also going to have our tavern.
Public services should be erected close to residences in order to meet people's needs.
So that we can get everyone taken care of as well. You see all those green triangles going up? So we're going to be adding population and happiness with this tavern, and then we're going to be adding population and money with this market here. So you want to make sure that they're within that area of effect, and then if we put a big circle around them, obviously there's going to be a lot more, you know, wealth where that comes from. And this thing, we should probably move it up one so that we can get more houses in here, and we really should just start erecting more houses. It's going to start bringing up we need some more wood there. We're also going to need more wood for these houses.
Even Libertus can expect to wear more than the clothes he was born in, Ere.
Absolutely.
To think, without me, my citizens would have no clothes. The potential for embarrassment is huge.
Just such a kind guy here, you know what I mean? Okay, so we've got a lot more residents coming in here. As we get more wood, we're going to be able to, you know, start building these things. They're currently in the planning stage, but we've got this wood coming in. The more residences we have, the more people we're going to have, the more we're going to be able to tax, the more we're going to be able to make, the more we're going to be able to keep growing and eventually get this balance under control. Now, it sounds like we do have some clothing coming in. I want to hold off for a second, though. Let's make sure... Oh, there's no road on that. Let's make sure that we're going to be all set up here. Roads coming around here, beautiful. Roads coming around here. Roads coming up through this way. Roads coming around this guy, just so everyone can access everything at all times. Let's go ahead and get this guy built as soon as we have one more piece of wood, which is slow rolling coming in, but we're going to be okay. We are producing. We just got to keep waiting and being patient for it. We've got 2 out of 5. Every 30 seconds, we're going to get 2 more out of 5. So, oh shoot, our governor's here, or whatever. Board the imperial barge, dinner with the emperor. Why not? Here we go. Not exactly the best time to leave our people and go enjoy a fancy meal, but I don't think we really had a choice. An opportunity comes knocking. What an estate, man.
What is that smell? Oh, Marcus.
Sorry,
it's
Julia.
you.
Oh, that'll be the sardines. I thought... Well, I don't know what I thought.
Quite all right, dear. We'll send them to the kitchen. Do sit down.
Dude, I like sardines, I'll be honest.
How
They're pretty
are you,
good.
Marcus?
Pretty tasty.
I hope looking after a great city isn't wearing you out.
It's not yet that much of a city, your empress.
Ah, but one day Juliana's monuments will be a marvel to behold. The glory of an empress.
I'll do my best.
And you'll have time. Patience is my watchword.
Julia will succeed me as Rome's first empress regnant. It is decided.
I fear the Senate may still press you to adopt, my love. Anyone of their number, any man, even Calidus.
Low-born Calidus?
Could it potentially
Never.
be us at some
To
point?
Pluto with them. More wine, Governor.
An imperial invitation. Your plate's full. The emperor and empress are watching you with polite interest. You can just eat, or is now the time to talk? What topics do you discuss? Ask after your host. Ask after your father. Ruins of Juliana. Ben Balion.
Why, thank you, Marcus. Latium is a lovely place. Far away from all the intrigue. If only the legatus Calidus would desist in sending us his demands. This place would feel like the holiday paradise it once was.
I mean, it looks pretty nice to me.
Arrogant little camp follower. He will never be emperor. Never.
I wonder if there's an opportunity for us there. All right, well, let's just keep eating
Clammed
here.
up, lad. We've got a little surprise for you.
Oh, good. You remembered.
I've decided it is past time you had your very own ship. What do you say, Marius?
It's going to open up the world for us. I love it.
That's the one. Now take the stage, lad. Strut. Let your prodigy swell.
So we can tell the ship where we want it to move, and it's going to be able to go out and start exploring faraway lands. So like over here, this is our house over here, our main island. We're going to send them over there. They're going to sail off. Oh, this is it over here. We're within spitting distance of this place. So they are keeping a close eye on us here. But we've got a ship now, which is going to be able to go out. We're going to start getting into trade and things. But let's get back to this because we got a lot of work to do. Hopefully, do we have a lot of wood saved up now?
I've got my own ship. Still, I don't see why I shouldn't
Start
have
building
one
these
right away.
things.
I mean, I am a governor, aren't I?
Not going to be able to get that, but we just need 30 more seconds. We're going to be able to get it. All right, perfect. So the city is growing. We're getting this down. We're down to a 93. The thing is we don't want it to eat away at this until we have to go into debt, which obviously would not be ideal. Looks like workforce tutorial. Yep, all good. A Libertus passes you straining under a heavy load of timber. He carries the hopeful air of one who has recently celebrated his freedom from slavery. Despite his burden, he stops and hails you as governor. How do you respond to him? Let's be a nice, solid lord. We're gonna buy from him. And I was just talking about how we don't want this to drop down to 0, but we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be okay. Let's get this guy built. So we've now got a market and a tavern in the middle of town, which is just absolutely amazing. Can we take a moment to appreciate? Look at our tiny little town starting to grow, dude. Just a little guy here. Here comes our ship in. Absolutely lovely, mate.
Ambrosia was huge. Here one moment, a big, bustling, thriving thing, and gone the next.
Actually, Are, The eruption lasted several days, and in the weeks that followed, the air was fraught with dust as far west as the Pillars of Hercules.
That's sad.
It is often said that hubris, the dissolute and vulgar practices of Ambrosia and its inhabitants, incurred the wrath of the gods. But I think
Hopefully we don't
the
end up
Vulcan,
there.
whose spirit resides inside both Occasus and other portals to the underworld, has little control over what and why he issues forth.
Interesting. So I think, are we wanting to reconstruct this at some point? Is kind of the end goal? We'll see.
To clear
Rubble
the larger
bathhouses.
ruins requires men and materials beyond our present means.
So we want to clean up this entire island and rebuild
The
it.
workers need rope for more stubborn ruins such as this.
Interesting. Okay, I like where this is going. I'm excited to see what happens there. Now let's hold on. We've got some more stuff that we need to get on our feet, and we need to get this balance down to 0. We need a positive balance so that we're making money. Otherwise, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. We do have a lot of workforce, so we need to work on making more money. I think we're going to be able to do that with the next thing here. Fashions. Tunics are +2 income. We've also got Pallius, humble comforting hat, for +1 income and plus happiness, which is great. So we're definitely going to get both of these set up. We've got plenty of workers to be able to make it work. For tunics, we're going to need a hemp farm as well as a spinner. So we're going to start with our hemp farm. We're going to set this up over here. Let's see. So we put a road around this guy. Let's bring this road off here. And this can kind of be, again, all of our farmland, I think, makes the most sense. So let's set up a hemp farm over here. We're going to do kind of the same thing. I don't know how much hemp we're going to be able to put in there. Looks like we've got 60 field available, so we can send this back just like this. There's 60 out of 60. So we could actually probably move this over a little bit, and then if we send this, there's 56 out of 60. We could send this all the way back. Perfect. There we go, and we leave room for the next farm. So we've got our hemp farm set up. Looks like they might be having a lot of fun out here, but that's only part 1 of what we need, and this is where it gets interesting. So we're also going to need a spinner to turn the hemp into the tunics. However, it's different than before. So before we had the oat farm over here, and this is producing the oats to be able to use in the porridge stand so they can make porridge. This porridge stand didn't have any other effects. Now we've got this spinner, and look at this. This will get you extra money. So we want to put this, you could see the giant area that it covers. We want to put this somewhere in here so that it can reach all of these houses, and we can get the bonuses and the upgrades from everything. So I'm going to put it here because it's going to get most of them. We're going to keep building houses out this way. I say we put that one right there. And then I'm thinking we're also going to do this Pileus, so we're going to need a sheep farm. Do we want to keep animals? We could do animal husbandry out here too. We'll put a sheep farm here. We're going to need some sheep holds that can run all the way back. That's actually perfect because that gets us ready for the next thing. So we've got the sheep farm here. That's all going to be going into this warehouse, and then we're going to need the hat studio thing, and this is also going to increase the income of the area. And we could potentially move some stuff around here to try to centralize these a little bit better. So like if I move this guy, get him out of the way. Let's delete this. Can we get both of these guys? Let's delete this. Let's move this guy here. If I get this guy here, perfect. There we go. And then we can get a road in here. So that way it's a little bit more central, and it's going to be affecting all of the house. We probably want to move it up a little bit, huh? It's tough because right now we have all of these houses, but we probably do want to end up moving this because we're going to be building more houses that way over time. So we're going to put this here. We'll put this here, and we will put these guys back. But it was the right idea, Trev. We did end up getting a little bit gritty here, so I'm hoping we can kind of cancel that in the future, but it's okay. We'll have some stuff that starts turning and stuff as we get back there. Obviously, we wanted everything as close to the port to start as possible, so that's going to be good there. That should really start increasing our income, I hope. We'll see. Obviously, it's going to cost more. We're going to have more workers. It's you know, it costs to run, but it's also going to start bringing in income. It's going to make people happier, and it should put us in a good spot. We just need to wait for it to start working. If we take a look at our hemp farm, so it looks like this. We've got a production time or a processing time of 1 minute on the hemp, as well as 1 minute with the spinner. We've also got processing time of 30 seconds on the sheep and 1 minute with the felter. So I think we want a second felter. If the sheep are you know, producing faster than the felter can take care of it, we're going to put a second felter in here, and then that way we can you know, take full advantage of that. So let's do a road around this thing. We could even, I don't really want to take over the woods. If we cut through the woods, we're gonna take a lot of resources there. I was gonna put a road through to connect everything, but it's okay. Make sure our sheep are producing. Yes, they are producing there. We've also got the hemp farm that's producing. They're all gonna start moving this into the warehouse. From the warehouse, these guys are gonna be able to take it, and eventually this should start working here. We're just waiting. We're waiting on goods, I think. Which that can reach the warehouse. That can, yeah, they're running the goods right now. That is so cool. Dude, I love that you could see them moving all the little goods around and stuff. Good work, guys. Really appreciate you. This is starting to come together here. Watch this number at 123. I think this is going to start jumping up. I think we're looking all right. How's our, we're still at 96 out of 80 there. I don't know if the wood eventually deteriorates over time. Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm hoping it doesn't, but we'll see. The sheep wool is coming in. We honestly could probably build, ooh, look at that, there it goes. We could probably build another warehouse just because they are really far away. So if we put a warehouse here, let me delete this. It's all about trying to keep it as efficient as possible. If we put a warehouse right here, let's go ahead and build that. We can bring this around, and then again, we can kind of get some weird roads and stuff going. Get that set up there. Perfect. Okay, so we've got another warehouse there that they're going to have access to, that they're going to be able to work a little bit faster. And then this warehouse over here, I guess, is going to be feeding this. We don't really have, well, they'll probably just be taking it from this to get it there then, so perfect. And look at this. We are down to a negative 48 balance. We're getting close. 47, 46, 45. We're getting there, baby. Oh, my goodness. All right. We just got to keep on grinding, keep on working, and keep on growing. Honestly, we really just need to keep putting down residences. That's going to be one of our biggest things that we can do. So let's just go ahead and send it, dude. I'm going to delete these roads. I want varied roads, but I don't want a lot of wasted space, you know what I mean? So let's start actually planning this out a little bit. Let's delete this too. Let's delete this. I'm down for some interesting roads though. So we'll bring this out, and we're going to have it come across like this, I think. And honestly, these residences up here over time could be some of like the higher quality, higher class residences, just because they're a little bit more up on the hill. We'll see how it all works out. Just want it to look a little bit different, you know what I mean? So we'll have this come down here. It's not going to be the most effective way of doing it, but that's fine. You know, sometimes you got to go for the vibes a little bit more. So we can have this come up. Let's just put roads around all of these. We've got like a little quadrant there. We could put trees and decorations and stuff in here eventually too. We're going to need a lot of wood for this, but we're going to be fine. Oh my goodness, dude. We are in a positive balance from our land taxes. All right, let's, you know, it hasn't failed me yet, so we're just
Well, I
gonna,
have nothing against liberty. The plebeian classes may now be
we're gonna build
ready
these.
for life in Juliana.
and now it sounds like we're gonna be upgrading some residents here soon. City status has increased. We are now officially a minor city. That's what I'm talking about. Feels good, baby. We are off to a good start. Absolutely love this. So now we're gonna be able to start upgrading into level 2 in the next level of person here. So if we take a look, take like this house right here, we are, as soon as this finishes upgrading, going to be able to upgrade that. So currently we've got 109 Libertas. If I upgrade this, it's now going to be a plebeian residence, which is going to unlock level 2, and we're going to have new production chains
I'm doing this.
available. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm going to say we probably just want to upgrade a lot of these. This is going to be like our nicer part of town up here. We do have to be careful because as we get plebeians, we're going to lose Libertas, but that's okay. So we're going to keep upgrading. As long as we're meeting all their needs, we're going to be allowed to, you know, keep going. Ooh, Julia's birthday. Uh-oh. All right. I mean, we're off to a good start so far. Let's get all
Soon
this.
It will be Empress Julia's birthday.
Beautiful.
Meaning weeks of celebration, one can assume, in the grotesque.
I mean, that sounds pretty good to me.
And don't tell me, Emperor Lucius wants Governor Naucratius's help with the preparations.
We can't know exactly what to expect, but I recommend setting aside a few stacks of terracotta tiles. One can never have enough.
All right, so we're going to get some terracotta, but now look at this. So like this was going to be our nicer part of town, right? I cannot upgrade this one because we're not meeting all their needs. We've got food. We've got fashion. We do not have the public service. So we're going to have to build another market and another tavern up in this area so we can continue to expand that way. And we should probably try to figure out just how big we're going with this town. That almost reaches there. We honestly, you know what we could do? We could just move this. If we put this over here, we're going to be able to upgrade it because technically that market is, both of these are reaching over there. So we could just kind of keep going to the left here. And of course, with the level 2 plebeians, we're going to have new things we're going to be able to make, more money we're going to be able to do, more food we're going to be able to, you know, provide for the people. So bread, we're going to get +1 on coin, +2 on population. For garum, we're going to get +2 on coin, +1 on happiness. I think we do both of these. Oh boy, so we're going to need a wheat farm, we're going to need a grain mill, we're going to need a bakery, and we're going to need a charcoal burner. For garum, we're going to need Scomber's Shack Fishery and then salt ponds that go to a garum works. Maybe we start with the garum. So we could set this up to our next to our other fishing setup here. Beautiful. Let's just go ahead and get that built. Just kidding. We're going to need tiles. We're not even going to be able to do this yet. We're just going to plan that out. It is nice that you can kind of preset stuff and we know that's where it's going to go eventually. So we're going to have the Somber's Shack as well as the salt ponds there. And then the garum works could probably just go like right here. Perfect. There you go. Wait, hold on. -2 happiness because probably the stench, I would imagine. Do these have effects? No. +1 coin, but -2 hap. I don't know if that's going to be worth it. Is it worth it? I don't know if that's... Maybe we don't want to go that way. If we go for the bread, the bakery is -2 fire. Fire we can mitigate. Happiness we can't really mitigate. So you know what? Let's just hold off on this. We're going to need the tiles anyway. Let's work on getting tiles next. This is going to be our next major material, I guess, building material. So we're going to need to get a clay pit, which I think we have to put next to a river. Then we're going to need a tiler, and we will need a charcoal burner. So this is where it's going to get interesting, because I think eventually we're going to want to look at Vigilis, which is basically firefighters. We've also got Custodio, which is going to be your police. We want to make sure that stuff doesn't end up burning down. So we're going to set up a clay pit, which I think we're going to be able to put one right here. We could put it over here as well. Let's actually put it up here just so it's away outside of town. We're obviously going to have to set up some roads to that, so we could kind of have a road coming down that way. Beautiful. We're going to want the tiler, which it looks like that's going to take 4 plebeians, which we've got enough of. We've got 26 currently. It is going to reduce our fire safety. It's also going to have some maintenance costs with it. And then we're going to need a charcoal burner, which is going to need to be on forest. And it's going to have negative effect all over the place. But it actually looks like this is a decent forest for it. Is there anywhere else? I mean, we could have set it up over here. That actually wouldn't be bad. I'm kind of tempted to go over here. Well, what is this over here? I'll have to cut that up eventually. It's fine. We can... Here we go. 100% up here. Perfect. So we're going to keep this all the way up away from everything else. It's not going to have a negative effect because nobody's going to be next to it. And we can tie this thing back in over here. I just love it, man. Look at this. Look how quaint. Look how beautiful. We've got our clay coming out of the ground. We've got our charcoal that's going to be able to burn our clay. Look at this. That is just so cool. Do we need... I'm assuming... Hold on. Let's check the production level here. So clay is going to be a 30-second processing time. We've got the tiler.
I want to see monkeys in armor, riding dogs.
We're going to put the tiler here.
Amphitheaters are colossal undertakings, Ere. Besides, the Roman template is generally built in strict sequence.
And I'm imagining we're probably going to want another... warehouse somewhere around here, so we could put that directly across from the tiler. So nothing technically is going wrong here. We've got a lot of fire risk up here, but nobody's up here, so we're good. And let me see here. So the clay is 30-second processing. Tiler is 1 minute. Charcoal is 30-second processing time. So we could actually do 2 tilers next to each other, and they should be able to double the production there to make sure that we're with the 1 minute range. So hopefully that is all good to go there. We're going to start making some tiles, and then we can use those to start working on our next food production and whatever else. We are looking pretty good on our balance here. Total population's looking good. I do want to take a look at these details. So in here, you can see everything that you're producing versus what you're using. You can see our lumber is even. Looks like we are going to start running out of food fairly soon. Our sardines are starting to not be able to hold up. So I do think that we're going to need to work on that next bout of food, whatever that may be. And I think we go bread. I like the idea of bread here. So we're going to want to set up a wheat farm. I see we set up a wheat farm here. We're going to set up the fields. Bring it across through there. Beautiful. We're at 76 out of 140. And there's 132. out of 140. Perfect. So that's all set up and good to go. We're going to be able to make that as soon as we get one tile, which should be coming in here pretty soon. Missing goods.
Haven't reached us.
Does this just take a really long time to do? Holy cow. So yeah, we're going to have that wheat farm there. We're going to want the grain mill, which this does not have an area of effect. So we're probably going to want to put this next to the wheat. Wait, where's a grain mill has to go on the water too? Oh no. Okay. Oh, this is not good. That is really not good. We don't have any water over here. It would make sense that a mill would have to go on the water, Trev. That really does make sense there. We can put a little road over the water there, and I guess we're going to have to put a grain mill over here. Not exactly the most efficient way of doing things. We could probably move this wheat farm over here. Might make a little bit more sense. Then it's going to be in the fire territory, but that's fine. I mean, we could even move the wheat farm over here. Might make a little bit more sense. Or we put the grain mill over here and we put the wheat farm over here. So it's a little bit closer to town, which I feel like makes probably the most sense. We are kind of growing this way, but there's a lot more room to grow this way, so maybe we do that. Let's delete this. We're going to bring this back over here. So we're going to be putting a grain mill right here. We can use the power of water to power that mill. We're going to bring a road out of here. We're going to try not to destroy too much forest if we can. If we bring this guy that way, that's pretty good there. That kind of lines up perfect. We can delete this little bit, and then we're going to want to put the farm fairly close, I would imagine, and we can have all this all the way along here. Try to make it look decent. It's 140 out of 140. Perfect. There it is. I love that. We're gonna be able to build it right now. Beautiful.
Haunts of Ambrosia.
Okay, we definitely need
If you're
to
not too busy, we look forward to a trip down memory lane.
flip that thing around so you can kind of see it a little bit better. That looks good there. Beautiful. All right, so we've got the wheat farm going. We're trying to make bread here. We've got the grain mill. We're also going to need the bakery, and the bakery is going to add money to people, so we're going to want this bakery in the middle of town, I think. It is going to add fire risk, though, so we can...
Essential in demonstrating your control of an island.
I'm going to work on that here in a second. Let's take this guy, move it. You see, this is where I don't like that we did get a little bit weird with the layout, because if it was all squares, it'd be a lot easier to manage, but we're going to be okay. We're going to be able to make this work. I will like it at the end when it's not just perfect.
And the chance of an incident with it. Build institutions to better deal with such incidents.
That's what I'm working on right now. So right here in the middle of town, what we're going to do is we're going to put this bakery. It is going to add to our fire risk. I don't know that we're going to have enough space here. So we're going to have to delete some more. Let's go ahead and move this guy out. Perfect. We can delete some of these roads. Try to get all this to match up here. Bring this around. I hope we have enough space. All right, we're going to be able to put this bakery here. And then I was hoping to be able to put the fire brigade right here so they can help out with the bakery situation. So we're going to be able to put those two next to each other. Move this guy out of the way. Move him over here. Perfect. And then we can connect all of this all the way around. We're going to need more tiles to be able to get that done. So let's go ahead and keep going. We're going to need tiles for the bakery as well, but we're going to be in good shape there. Okay, so we want to build a Grammaticus and build a sanctuary. We also want to build a governor villa. No current notifications. Our money's looking good. Our balance is still going up. I'm going to delete this road over here since we didn't end up using that yet. We don't really need it. This thing should be on full production. We should be making these beautiful. All right, 2 going at a time. Technically, we could try to build more of those. If we're really trying to pump out some tiles, we could put, you know, another thing right here. That actually might not be a bad idea. Do we want to start pumping these out? We could put another clay thing right here. This is just going to be like the hub of industry over here. So we're going to have 2 more tilers. We'll have a road and bridge come across to be able to get to this. So we've got access. Beautiful. Does that have access to a warehouse? It does, right at the very end there. That is perfect. And we probably are going to want another one of these. This is on 100%, so we can set that up
in one of your cities.
Right there and bring this back across. Now we are -8 on plebeians, which means we're going to have to put some more houses down. We're going to have to upgrade some more houses, so we just got to keep upgrading. We've got plenty of Libertas workforce, so let's just go ahead and build a bunch of houses here. I want to see, so if we have this road come back through here, will the market still reach all the way over on that road at will. So like this guy here, we're going to want to, oop, nope, I don't want to do that. We're going to want to move this guy over. We're going to start getting into the woods and stuff over here a little bit, which isn't great, but if we can build some more houses, we're going to be able to get some more upgrades back here. Needs should be met. That's slowly going to go up there. We're probably eventually going to need to get some more markets and stuff, but it's going to be fine. But as long as we upgrade 6 houses, we're going to be able to get 6 more plebeians, and then all of this is all going to be working. I also think we probably will need another firehouse, which we will probably want to put over here so that it takes care of all of this area. Our road come through here. Connect all these roads here, make sure everything can get where it's trying to go. Let's go ahead and delete that little guy there. Beautiful. Okay. So we just got to wait a little bit. We're going to be fine. As these guys level up, we should hopefully be able to meet all their needs. Who's been there the longest? Yes, he's good to go. He's good to go. Let's just upgrade. I guess we could just use the upgrade tool, see who's good to go. We can keep upgrading these guys. And then now we've got a +1 in the plebeian workforce, so everyone's going to be working. We just got to get all the things that we need to be able to build these. And it looks like our... Why is timber production so slow? Or we just... I think we built a bunch of new houses, so it's just going a little bit slower, but... Okay, looking good there. Just got to wait for this to come in, but we should see a lot of these tiles coming in very quickly. +146 on our balance. Just want to check on this. Make sure you never want... Ooh, see, like the tunics? I think we're going to need some more tunics. We're using more tunics than we're making. We're using more sardines than we're making, but we do have more porridge and everything else, so we're okay there. We should start producing bread soon too, so we're gonna be good to go on food. This is stressful, man, but it's working out here. I do think we're gonna have multiple city centers. We're gonna have to start, you know, branching out a little bit. We also, one thing we haven't done yet is we should probably start having this guy go out and meet the neighbors. So I'm gonna have him sail off into the sunset over there. We're gonna go see what we can find, so we can start getting some trading partners and things, and we'll see where it goes from there. I mean, we are way up on this Libertas workforce. We should probably just think about upgrading a lot of these. Does it cost? Oh, it costs a lumber to upgrade though, so you're using all the lumber that we are going to be using to be able to build these guys. So we can construct the bakery here, going to be able to make some more, you know, food for our people. Now we're going to be able to get these city watches so that we can have the fire taken care of. Dude, it honestly probably wouldn't hurt. We are hitting kind of a bit of an issue with the wood. So do we want to just set up another lumber mill over here? We can have this come back over here. We can set up the sawmill to refine it so it's right there. And then to these guys, where's our nearest? I doubt that warehouse. Yeah, that's not going to reach over there, so we're going to want one more warehouse over here. And that's going to bring in a bunch more wood that we're going to be able to use to keep growing. So we want to keep stripping this land from all of its resources that we possibly can, and we're going to be okay. We should be able to start building these guys now, which is fantastic. Let's go check on the lads. So they found somebody over here. Oh, is this a person, or this is another island that we could potentially take over, which is kind of exciting. Good job, guys. We can see island fertilities, mackerel, flax, murex, sturgeon, iron deposits, and gold ore deposits. So we've got gold to our east. What do we have? What about over there? Why don't you guys go check that out? I really don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves and potentially, you know, get in trouble with fighting and whatever else. I mean, we've got a bunch of buildings we could do now. We could do harbor buildings. We can start shipbuilding. We've got military buildings. We can start raising barracks and armies. Definitely going to want to get, you know, city watch here. We need to build our governor's villa, and we also have the Grammaticus and the sanctuary that they want us to do. They found new land. What y'all got over here? What are we looking at? What kind of, looks like we've got lavender, resin, olive, flax, sturgeon, and iron deposit. Now that is really good. I'm pretty sure those are very, very valuable. And what happens is when we get in here, I don't think we're gonna have enough money for it yet, but we should be able to potentially build a trading post. Settling islands is not currently possible. Progress the story to unlock. So like this island, we could start making olive oil. That's where we're going to make a lot of money. That is definitely something we're going to want to look into. So good job, boys. Nice find. Let's go ahead and can we send you? I'm going to send you back home to Juliana. Good job. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, basically there are going to be a bunch of islands out there that we can settle on. We can find rare materials and things, but we're also potentially going to run into people who may or may not be friendly. All right, so let's work on, looks like we've got a lot of materials coming in here. Everything's looking good. We did unlock a couple new things here. We got to look into this Emperor's Villa. We've also got to look into the Sanctuary and the Grammaticus. So this is going to add belief and happiness, and the Grammaticus is going to add knowledge, which means we're going to be able to expand into religion and our skill tree, which is going to be amazing. So these are definitely, okay, it's got a pretty big area of effect. That's good. We're definitely going to want to put these more towards the middle, and I think we're going to want to put them in this area. We might end up moving a lot of these houses onto more of the grid system. I mean, it's fine, but having them sideways like this just isn't good. All right, so I'm going to move... We're going to move these guys out, but then they're going to lose the benefit of the market, aren't they? I think we're going to need another market. We're going to have to expand this way. Let's expand this way. I'm going to put another market over in this area so that we can continue thriving and succeeding. So we're going to have a market, and we're going to have a tavern over here, and now we're going to be able to continue building out over yonder. So let's keep building some houses. Gonna build roads around all these guys. We're gonna have to get all these upgraded. We're gonna have to move some of the other houses over too. Let's just get all these guys taken care of. Beautiful. We have upgraded to a major colony, which is pretty exciting. I'm just gonna get all these roads set up here. Perfect. We're gonna want to upgrade a lot of these things. Hopefully we're gonna be able to. Looks like they're all good to go. Yep. So we can, I think we just do a mass upgrade like this. Perfect. Oh boy, we've got new options coming in. My goodness. Hold on. We gotta wait. Hold on. Let's move these guys out of the way because I want to get the things in. One thing at a time here, dude. It's moving so freaking fast. Just gonna move all these houses out here. Let's just move all these guys. Let's make like a new fresh plot, and we'll worry about those later. City status decrease. That's fun. I'm not too worried about it. Technically, those aren't connected, so we aren't gonna have people in there. But as long as we have enough workers and our everything else is going up, we're fine. So we need to get into, we want to get this sanctuary in here. Perfect. That is beautiful. We're going to need to build that with a bunch of lumber, money, and tiles. That's fine though. And then we've also got this Grammaticus, which I was hoping we were going to be able to fit in here, which we are not. I kind of just want them in the middle of town, though. So let's just move these guys out of here. We're going to move these guys out of here. Sorry, I will get you guys a house again in the future at some point. I just need to find a way. I like it. Here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to take this guy. We're going to move him here. That's going to open this up. We can get rid of all of these roads here. And then we're going to be able to put our Grammaticus just across from our religious spot. Perfect. There she is. Military research is now available. We got a lot going on here, baby.
To progress. Research any specific discovery and reap the benefit.
With 2 more lumber, we're going to be able to build this guy here, and that's going to open up our skill tree. Economic research is now available. So this is just getting absolutely out of control, dude. This game, it just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper, but we're going to be okay. We got to make sure we continue to upgrade. We got to get all these houses on roads eventually. Let's go ahead and put that thing in there. Look at that.
The city was shaped to your advantage, Ari.
Beautiful, dude. We are getting it done right now. And look at all the tiles that we have. This is insane. Let's go ahead and build that fireplace or the fire department as soon as we can. Do we have any other, like... We should probably put a Custodia City Watch in here for sure. I'm going to put one right here, and we'll put one right over here to make sure we've got the entire city taken care of. We're going to have all of our police, all of our fire, all of everything. Island Health, we're going to have to get a hospital eventually. Looks like we need city status 4 to be able to get there. We don't want people getting sick. You don't want anything burning down. We're going to be okay here. We got to get all these houses into a formation. I'm actually probably going to pause it so we don't get going too far because I do think some bad things can happen. Like I think, you know, fires can outbreak, disease can outbreak, things like that. So we definitely want to make sure that we're, you know, working our way forward and not falling behind here. I say we extend this down here. This could be another nice little block of homes in here. You know, I like that, you know, it is still pretty gridded, I'll be honest, but I do like that we have like a little variance happening here, and I want to like turn these areas into parks and stuff. I honestly don't even know if we've unlocked like the specialty stuff yet. I don't know how to get it, but I know you're going to be able to put like statues and trees and stuff down, so it'll look really good over time. But yeah, let's just start bringing these guys over where it makes sense. Trying to get a little weird with it. All right, beautiful. And then we could start bringing some roads through here. About across there. This can just be like a giant path there. Kind of a city center type thing for right now. And what the heck, bro? We might as well get after it here. Let's just try to get as many houses in here as possible. Let's move this guy over. Are we going to be able to move him over? Maybe not. We're going to be fine. Just bring the roads through here. Okay, so a bunch of new houses there. As we get more, if we play a little bit more, we're going to be able to get more timbers, so we're going to be able to upgrade those. How do we get our next city? I don't really know. I'm assuming upgrading cities is done by the type of plebeians on there. Provide needs to your population. We need to make sure that we have enough food and stuff coming in. I'm a little bit worried about how that's going. We're at plus 100 here. Let's make sure that we have, looks like porridge is down, fish is down, bread should be up though, I would hope. Why are we not producing bread? The bakery is missing goods. We're missing flour. Does this not have a warehouse next to it? No warehouse in range. We didn't have a warehouse close enough to this guy. Oh, you're an idiot, Trev. You're gonna be fine though. We could put another warehouse over here, and that should be good to go. Okay, so we have not been making flour. We haven't been getting the flour to the bakery because it couldn't get to a warehouse in time. Okay, that's, you know, a bit of a mistake, but that's okay. We should start to get back on our feet in terms of food and you know, providing for our people here. So next objectives, we want to start researching any research topic. We should probably work on that right now. So this is our research tree in this game. It is absolutely ridiculous. I would imagine, I mean, we're not fighting anybody yet. I'm not going military. I would imagine watchtowers. Market forces increases the distance which residences and other buildings benefit from nearby markets. That's pretty good. Buildings near your spinners will produce knowledge. Ooh, if we put some more spinners out there, that could be good. I'm gonna start working on that. So we're currently working on trade post improvements. More loading ramps to avoid congestion increases island storage capacity. That sounds good. We're also going to be working on sewing circles. That sounds really good. Warehouse organization, more loading, depot. This is just, it's so deep, dude. I feel like we want that. I also feel like we really want this. I'm going to put this on 3. So our markets are going to become more effective and they're going to have a wider range of effect there. But yeah, so making these, the whatever it is, the Grammaticus
Marcus, how commendable.
is giving us access to the skill tree now.
Allowed me a singular privilege among women. I was schooled in Ambrosia, albeit informally.
Yes, I remember I'd wave to you during your lesson, and you'd stifle a giggle.
You think of the Greek magister's slave, a redhead prone to giggles.
Magister's slave? But why would she have been in the classroom?
Whoops.
Clean the floors, darling dear.
Oh, man. All right. He talked himself into that one there. But, all right. Beautiful. Look at that. We've got people learning.
That was awkward.
Thriving. That was very awkward. We've got a request from the governor. We've also got no patron god. So we, not only did we set up the library, we've also got the temple that we can pray to the gods. And this is where you can have more bonuses on whatever. Now, some of these guys are not going to be available. I think we need to discover them in the knowledge books. But we've got Mars, the blood-handed god of war. We've got Neptune, Lord of the Waves. And you can see each one of these is going to help us out. So sardines are more, garum, mackerel, and salt. Oysters with caviar, cockles, seashells, etc. Ceres is going to be bread, porridge and oats, wine, grapes, honeycombs, beer malt, barley, olive oil. I'm doing Ceres for sure, especially because we found that other island next to us. We're going to pray to Ceres.
Simply a divine choice. Your people will delight in lighting their lamps for.
And the higher the devotion, the more bonuses we're going to get as we go. So you can use religion to, you know, kind of up the beliefs of your people. I think technically that other island we would have to set to Ceres as well. But I guess we're going to go a little bit more agriculture here. Maybe if we do an open, you know, ended one, we can kind of work on war. But all right, so we've got a god, we've got religion, we've got things popping. We want to respond to the governor's requests.
I know how incredibly busy you must feel, but my divine Julia's birthday approaches, and nothing is in place.
We still haven't built ourselves a villa yet.
Imagine, banquets without garum are as reeds without sound. No, we must have our garum.
So you want me to start making garum?
Governor, a sample of the first fruit of Juliana for my senator friends. The ripest and most pungent on offer.
The garum will be delivered to Villa Augusta before you know it, Emperor.
Oh, and another thing, Marcius. The decorative drapes. Julia adores a birthday drape.
Look at that setup,
And
dude.
don't
That is
they all?
ridiculous.
I don't currently
Fire
have
pits,
any
the
drape
pools.
productions, Emperor.
No, and I wouldn't expect you to. No, these drapes could only have been woven by the wonderful women of Lily Bayonne.
So you want me to go
Introduce
trade with them?
yourself to Valeria. She'll have them and more.
Perfect. Okay, so we've got some work to do here. Just gonna keep expanding our production, baby. Let's see what we could do. We're up to 206 on the balance, so our money is gonna keep going up. This is great. All right, so we need to send a Lily Bound to pick up awnings and drapes for Julia's party. We also want to start working on Garum Works, which I'm wondering if we should put that over here since it's far away from anything else, or we could potentially actually over here might be a little bit better. Citizens in the city of Juliana have grown in piety and devotion. They're asking to host the Cerealia Festival of Ceres. It's going to be a 4-hour area income effect. Pay for the festival. It's going to be $2,000. Absolutely, dude. Let's get these people working. Let's have a nice festival. Everyone can enjoy it. I'm planning on ruling with a soft hand, you know what I mean? But okay, so we need to start getting to work on Garum, which is going to be here. We want 1 salt palm, 2 scammer shacks, and 3 Garum Works. So salt palm is 30 seconds, scammer shack is a minute, Garum Works is a minute 30. So we can put a salt palm right here. We're going to put
Your Emperor demands a tribute. Hand me
the
those
shacks
policies.
there, and then we're going to want 3 Garum Works over here. Perfect. We can just build a road. We could honestly have it come
This
across.
is an urgent request from the Emperor. He will not wait forever for your answer.
Like this. Beautiful. Bring it all the way down here. Line it up along the beach. Get all these connected. Beautiful. We're going to have some people working out here. I'm assuming this... Oh, no. This is going to be plebeian workforce, so we just got to keep an eye on that. But these are all running here. Obviously, we're going to have to get a warehouse next to them so that we can offload the goods. So we could just put a warehouse right there. And all of a sudden, those are going to be in process. Then we can... we actually need the final piece, though. We want 3 Garum Works, which is going to add income and happiness. It's going to be negative happiness, but it is going to add income. That's fine. Let's just build 3 of these things here. So this is going to be like our offset fishery. We could honestly set up more. We could kind of double production here if we wanted. We could have this whole beach just be all fishing, but we'll save a little bit extra for right now and just kind of see how that works. I just love this, dude. Look at all these guys. You could see the way they're collecting the salt there, moving everything around, shipping it off to our warehouse so that we can access it at other parts of the island. That is absolutely beautiful. Emperor Lucius has approached you on the sly, demanding you part with 5,000 denarii, possibly in order to cover the cost of Julia's lavish birthday party. Legally, there is no reason why you can't simply refuse, but then he is the Emperor. He's shaking us down, bro. We've got 5K. I'm going to stay at his good graces for right now. Lone slave bears the almighty burden to your chest of coins, possibly as punishment for some misdemeanor, although with Lucius you could never be sir. The Emperor leaves without further elaboration of his intentions of your hard-earned denarii. It's fine. We're okay. You know, I'd rather stay in his good graces early on. We might have to start raising an army, though.
Was that normal? That the Emperor asked for money on such short notice?
Probably not. That's all he's got to say. Okay, we just got shook down. But that's okay. We will rebuild. We've got 251 here per hour, and we're gonna be okay. Gotta be honest, I love where we're at here, and I think this is the best start we've had so far. Definitely the quickest we have ever balanced the books. So hopefully we're gonna keep thriving. And there's a lot of twists and turns coming. So hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. I'm going to see you guys in episode 2 soon. Again, the game comes out on November 13th. If you guys want to get your pre-orders in, be sure to hit that top link down in the description. Thanks again to Ubisoft for sponsoring and for the early access. And I can't wait for part 2. I'll see you guys there.